question. Look at the slave ship. Would you be so kind and tell me which part of the slave ship were niggers? Mind you, the word nigger was a racial slur meant to dehumanize and degrade our ancestors. It was meant to strip them of their Israelite ancestry and forge a new one of a low status. We are not African. We ran into Africa in 70 AD, fleeing Roman persecution, and our slavery is spoken of in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28:1-14 tells what will happen if the Israelites obeyed, and Deuteronomy 28:15-68 explains what will happen if they didn't. Deuteronomy 28:68 explains how the Israelites would go into Egypt again with ships if they didn't obey. And Exodus 13:3 proves that Egypt means house of bondage, and it didn't refer to the actual land of Egypt at that time. Where it says no man shall buy you, it means that no man will be able to redeem you or buy you out of this captivity. The word buy in Old Quaker English, which is what the King James Version Bible was written in, actually means to save or to redeem. What I want to know is, what other Israelite nation went into captivity with ships? Luke 21:20 speaks of Roman persecution. Luke 21:21, we were told to flee into the mountains, which were the Atlas Mountains on the Ivory Coast of West Africa. And guess where the majority of the so-called African American slaves were captured? That's right, on the Ivory Coast of West Africa. It's known that the Arabs and Africans sold the so-called Africans in this country today into their slavery. And you might be asking, why did Africans sell other Africans into slavery? They didn't. Most of you are caught up in the African hype, thinking that you're African. You can't see past it. You've been told all your life, you're African. You're an African slave. You're African American, but you're not Hamitic. You're Shemitic. You're from Shem, not Ham. You might be thinking, well, this is all just a coincidence. Why aren't we taught this in school? Really? If you don't realize by now that public schools are houses of propaganda, I don't know what to tell you. What's even funnier is that public schools do not explain to you how you are African. The most history they'll give you is a guy discovering ways to use a peanut. Some of you might be scoffers, and you might refute all of these evidences that I'm presenting, and that's fine. But my question is to you, how are you African? You should be able to bring up some kind of evidence on how you're African. Or you can just give some evidence on how we're not Israelites. I've given evidence through the Bible on how we are Israelites. There are many texts out there that corroborate with these evidences, but I believe the Bible is sufficient enough right now. I don't really like reading my YouTube mail because it's kind of depressing. So if for some reason you want to get in touch with me personally, just add my Facebook page. It should be over here somewhere in the info section. If you want to know about this in detail, I've written notes about it. Just add me. Shalom.
Incoherent species intel.
What you doing, Mom?
It's words you need to know.